I just logged into his character to record some videos and he just made 8 exiles by doing nothing. Lucky bastard. Anyways, welcome to another video. This is probably my last guide for this league, and I will probably see you in next league, hopefully. So I will just start explaining the items and maybe gems real quick, because I don't have much footage. So I need to, do everything I can. Alright, so Shockwave Totem, it's normally a physical spell, but with some conversion, and also it has now divergent quality, which has 40% physical damage convert to cold damage. So it is now way easier to convert your damage compared to before. And we also have the rest on Talent Tree, and also a Watcher's Eye with physical damage convert to cold damage while affected by hatred. So we will convert all those physical to element, mostly cold, maybe all cold, I'm not sure, because it is not my build, so I am doing my best. But I believe it is almost all cold, something like that. So after that you want to link cold penetration, if you have the money, awakened. Control destruction, again if you have the money, on awakened. Hypothermia, empower. While mapping, increase area effect, and at big bosses you want to switch to concentrated effect. If you have the money, use an awakened area of effect, which will help with the DPS loss while mapping, but you don't need that much DPS anyways, because this is more than enough. Right now he has like 4 million damage with Berserk up and Righteous Fire up, so 4 million burst DPS per totem, and I believe it's like 4 totems, something like that. So yeah, a lot of DPS. So other gems that are worth mentioning, Wall Righteous Fire for cooldown at bosses, using Berserk. This will probably get nerfed, so this build will probably lose some DPS later, because Berserk is very overpowered right now, and Divergent Berserk obviously. And we are using Lethal Pride, Commander Ekoya, to get the Chainbreaker to generate our rage. So you need to put it, I will probably put a picture, and Agnostic will be converted to Chainbreaker, and that's how we get it. So these are the notable mentions. Using Shield Charge with Fortify and faster attacks. This character is very fast, and with the rage even faster. So this character actually moves like it has Headhunter or something like that. Very fast movement speed overall. It is absurd. Yeah, but he also uses a Flame Dash to cover those gaps, so you can do that also. And I believe finally Arcanist Brand, Frost Bomb, Frostbite, and Summon Ice Golem. So Arcanist Brand is a brand that uses the skills that it is attached to. So Frost Bomb applies cold exposure, that means that minus 25% cold resist, which is a DPS buff. Frostbite is a curse, also applies minus cold resist. And finally Ice Golem, maybe you don't need to use that, it's for some crit chance probably, yeah, because accuracy doesn't do anything for a spell build. So you want to use your Arcanist Brand on bosses mostly to get that Frost Bomb and Frostbite off. You can also use it on map sometimes to get your Ice Golem, and yeah, that finalizes all the gems. Now let's talk about the items. So weapon. So his weapon is insane actually. I was like, what the fuck, how did you find this? And he said he bought it for 4 exiles. Poor guy. This is probably like at least 20 exiles. There is not even any weapon like this on the market. But the DPS is too high, so you don't need something this crazy. You will probably want to skip one of the crit mod, maybe crit chance or maybe crit multiplier. Actually his crit chance is low, so more probably crit chance is better, so you should skip crit multiplier maybe. So the most important stats are +1 gem, it can be cold or spell, it doesn't matter. I believe there's also physical, Oh no, it cannot be called, I'm sorry. Yeah, physical gems or spell gems, because Shockwave Totem isn't a cold normally. We are converting, yeah, physical gem or spell gem. After that, cast speed, and also crit chance or multiplier depending on what you are missing right now. Yeah, depending on your gear probably. And finally you want an open prefix to get that spell damage extra chaos. So try to get some of these stats, a mixture of these. I will probably also post the stat on the screen. Yeah, shield, obviously +1 maximum number of totems, and anything you can get after that. This is a block build using, what's that, glancing blows. It got nerfed but still good obviously. So that recover 4% life when you block is actually very good. So try to get that if you can with the number of totems obviously, and life and resist, whatever you can get. He's also using +2 level of socket support gems to even boost Berserk by boosting enhanced support. So if you can do that, go for it, but it is not that important because your damage will be enough. So yeah, this is pretty much what you should get. At least get that life totem number and maybe some resist. That recover life isn't that important, but obviously helps. So helmet, try to get a helmet with at least 85 item level, because you want to craft that nearby enemies have -9 cold resist for a lot of DPS. So here is how to do that. Just buy a helmet with 85 item level at least. It can be higher. With Shockwave Totem enchant. This is probably the best enchant. You can check the others. If you cannot find cast speed, just go for any other enchant. After that, you want to use a Redeemer Orb on the item. While it has a suffix open, maybe you will get your -9 luckily while slamming that exalt. If you cannot get it, just use Orb of Scarring, delete the item, you know, and then start using alteration orbs. That is the most efficient way to craft this kind of helmet. So when you get that nearby enemies have -9% cold res, just use augment and then regal orb. If you get something good, at least one more stat, then it is good. Then just multi-mode and finish off the rest. So yeah, now you can even use frigate fossils, but those are not that efficient compared to alteration orb craft. Yeah. Chest, Skin of the Loyal, simple rope. So this is pretty much a no-brainer these days to get very good DPS. So if you are doing this maybe at league start or something like that, but probably you cannot do this at league start because we also have a league specific ring, which I'm going to talk about soon. So yeah, never mind. Maybe you don't have that much budget, let's say. This is not that expensive actually. It is like 4 exalt maybe, something like that. But you need to get those correct colors because you cannot use chromatic orb on this Skin of Loyal chest. So good corruptions are +2 level of AoE gems or +1 gems, which should be even better but probably more expensive. These are the corruptions that I am aware of. You can also get global damage, 40%, 45%, something like that, but that is not the best actually. But if it is cheap and you don't have the money yet, then go for it. But +2 or +1 gems is +2 AoE, by the way, yeah, is your best choice. Gloves. So that 44% damage with hits against shield enemies is obviously a good way to increase your DPS, but if you struggle keeping your resist, maybe feel free to skip that. You'll only lose a little DPS. Because you also need to have an open prefix to finish the rest of the conversion. Yeah, that's how he gets 100% cold conversion. Other stats are obviously life. Accuracy isn't important. This is not an attack build, so it is probably what he found. Yeah. Boots. So just a regular boots with resist movement speed. This isn't even insane. I believe my friend bought this with the enchant, so that's why he bought this. He didn't want to do labyrinth, maybe something like that. Just put life, resist movement speed, and that's it. If you know anything better, just go for it. but you don't need that much stuff on your boots. Eventually you want to enchant it with crit chance or penetration. Penetration is better probably, but it is a lot harder to get. But this build doesn't have that much crit chance without a Battle Fate. We are not even using Battle Fate in maps. It is just for big bosses if you want. So yeah, the crit chance is probably way better compared to a penetration. So yeah, these are the two good enchants that you can get. Because you are not critting at all, your totems are critting, you won't lose that crit chance at all. Yeah. Amulet, +1 strength gems to boost your DPS. There is also +1 physical, I believe, that might also work. So after that, whatever you can find. This build needs some dexterity, I believe, so that's why crafting this on a dex base is very good. So this should be a hunter item. And that's how you can get strength. But no one plays this kind of strength gem builds, so these are very cheap. So if you can find anything on the market, just go for it. It should be very cheap because no one plays strength gem. Yeah. Just try to get a dex maybe if you cannot get it anywhere else. +1 gem and maybe crit multi. Yeah, that's probably the best. Just try to get whatever you can. If you have the money, you can also use Awakener Orb with this kind of amulet, only +1 strength obviously, and then something else. I'm not sure if I find anything good I will post. I don't have the screen on me right now. So yeah, you can even use an Awakener Orb crafting to even get maybe a better combination with better amulet. So Essence Worm, this is where your buff Hatred goes in, so it is free. We are also using, yeah, what's that? Supreme Ego. It's a talent tree. It's a keystone on talent tree. We are also using that to even boost that hatred more. Yeah. So hatred gives a lot of DPS. Let me check it in PoB right now. Hatred. So yeah, hatred alone gives like 2 million DPS thanks to conversion and also that Supreme Ego. So without hatred, you probably lose all your DPS. Yeah. So yeah, hatred into essence form. And the other ring, yes, this is something that you want. So that's why this build probably cannot be a league starter. Because without this ring, Nova spells, so it can be Shockwave Totem, it can be Ice Nova, those are another skill, other skills obviously. Shock Nova, what else? I'm not sure, maybe, yeah, Dark Pact. So those are all Nova spells, maybe I am missing more, but I'm not sure. Shockwave Totem is also a Nova spell, so with this ring, it can target a range, you know. Normally Nova spells cast around you. So if a totem casts it, it will cast around the totem itself. But with this ring, it will cast at a range. So it's a range skill now with this ring equipped. So you want this to increase your clear speed a lot. So without this ring, your build will probably feel very shit. Yeah. So this is a must. Since this is a league specific item, so sometimes it gets a while to, you know, hit the market, these kind of items. So maybe you want to wait a week or a two at a new league to make this build, because you need this ring obviously. Belt. So sticking wise is probably your best choice because you also have a jewel socket. So life, resist, flask stuff, any kind of flask is good. You can also skip those if you need more resist. And mana is also a very good stat, so just some generic stats, nothing special at all. You want to use a jewel in it, Hypnotic Eye for spell damage. You can get physical damage to spells, which will also get converted into cold later on. Crit multiplier is also very good. Life or mana. Mana is also very good because this is a mind over matter build. So yeah, probably these are the best stats you can get. You can even get cold damage to spells, that should be fine. So try to get a good one with life or mana also. So let's take a look at the clusters real quick. Only one large and two mediums. So large one has prismatic card to get some resist and elemental damage. If your resist are capped, you can maybe find something else here. Vengeful Commander to even boost that hatred more. And widespread destruction for some area effect and elemental damage. So this is not that special actually. You can just check path of building and see if anything else gives you more DPS, or just try to get something that is suited for your budget. So this is not a very special jewel at all. So try to just get some good stuff that gives you DPS, that's it. It doesn't really matter. So medium ones, these are important, but they are also cheap. This one has flask stuff, let's see. Spike Concoction, pretty much a go-to for almost any kind of build, so you can use this on any kind of build actually. Because you have 5% chance, 5% increased attack cast speed during flask effect. So cast speed is very good. And also you have Alchemist Genius. Let me see if I can read this in the game, not game, Path of Building. No, I will just put a picture, yeah, because I cannot see it right now. It should give something like Flask Effect and Flask Chart, something like that, so very good buff. Just read it on the screen, I will put it. What else, where is it? And the other one is not that special actually, you can get something rather other than Distilled Perfection. There are other good stuff also. This is just for more mana recovery from Flask, because this is a Mind Over Matter build, so you want that mana from your mana Flask, yeah. And also Flask Effect Duration. This is overall a very good jewel, but feel free to get anything else instead of Distilled Perfection if you want. And other medium jewel. So this one is a Totem jewel. The most important thing here is Sleepless Sentries, because you get Onslaught if you have summoned the Totem recently, which is very good. As long as you summon a new Totem, you will have like a perma Onslaught, which gives Onslaught gives attack, cast, and movement speed. Very good buff overall, and you don't even use Silver Flask or something else. So free Onslaught, very good. Other thing is, let's see, Totem placement speed, attack cast speed. So maybe there are other stuff, but this is what my friend bought, so yeah, that should be enough. So other jewels, some Cobalt jewels. If you want more health for some reason, this is a Mind Over Matter build, so 4.5k life is very good, is enough, let's say. But if you want to hit maybe 5k health, or maybe you are missing health from somewhere else, you can even use a small cluster, a Fatal probably, to get a lot of health. But my friend didn't use any Fatals, he just went for Cobalt jewels for DPS, because this health is more than enough actually for a Mind Over Matter build. Spell damage, cast speed, just generic stuff. Cast speed is very important in this build, so try to get as much as you can, and also crit multiplier is very good. So again, spell damage, cast, crit multiplier, life. What else? Damage, cast speed, crit multiplier, life. Just focus on life, cast speed, crit multiplier, and then spell damage if you can. If you still need some resist, maybe also try to put those. You can also put resist on cluster jewels, so it should be easier to cap. Watcher's Eye. Physical damage convert to cold while affected by hatred, so you can convert all that remaining physical to cold, and this is very important. That anger multiplier doesn't work, we are not using anger, so just get that hatred conversion and you are good to go. So Lethal Pride Ekoya. Again, this is for Berserk, Divergent Berserk, so we can get that insane spell damage boost while fighting a boss, or you can even use it in maps all the time. So actually, yeah, you can just pretty much press this whenever you want to get that increased damage. So maybe you are fighting an essence monster in a map, or maybe you click that Legion Monolith, something like that. So just press it whenever you want your Berserk, because you will have that rage again very fast, so just press it. Don't forget to press. Berserk also gives, let's see, 20% less damage taken, and movement speed, I believe. So it is also a defensive cooldown, so pretty much broken these days, and I believe it will be nerfed. That's what I think. What else? What else? What else? I think those are all the jewels. So yeah, let me see if I am missing anything. We also have a thread of hope. Maybe I will just put a picture of that too on the screen, but you can also check it on Battlefield link, obviously. So overall, this build is very fast, pretty decent mapper. The AoE of the totems, you know, the spell Shockwave totem, is not that great actually, but more than enough, you know. The character is very fast. As I said earlier, you are fast, like, you know, you are using a headhunter or something. This character has ridiculous speed for some reason, probably because of Berserk also. So very fast mapper. I also did a 100% Delirious map Minotaur. Only died once at Minotaur because I couldn't see him going underground because of all that fucking fog. So yeah, I can probably call it a deathless run. But this kind of build maybe isn't that great for 100% Delirious, because I tried to use concentrated effect because I thought the DPS will not be enough with increased area. The thing is, with concentrated effect, you will lose a lot of AoE, so your clear speed will become shit. That's why I struggled a little at clearing before the boss. So probably you should use Awaken Area effect, something like that, if you want to do those kind of Jewish maps and see how it goes. But yeah, maybe this kind of build isn't the best for 100% Delirium, but for all other content, fast mapping, easy bossing, those kind of stuff, and also heist, I probably forgot to mention that. So this build is also very good for heist. Totems pretty much clear everything out of screen. So once you try to open that door, you know, all the monsters will be dead in a second because totems will just cast from a far range. Yeah, so very safe, very fast. Overall, pretty decent build. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, I will leave my friend's account. If he is online, you can just ask him your questions. Because again, this is not my build. I just wanted to share it with you guys, because Shockwave Totem isn't something that is played a lot, something like that. So yeah, more people should be aware of this powerful build. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe to support me, to help me reach a 1k subs. And I will see you later.